Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. It is December 5th, 2018, and the energies are definitely a little bit heavier today. I'm actually feeling it getting heavier as today goes on. And I did 2 reads with a lot of heavy energies in them, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to post today, but there was so much information that came out, I really felt like I needed to post the reads today. So I'm just going to get right into it. And I'll do oracle cards at the end if it doesn't go too long. I have a Divine Feminine and then a Divine Masculine read. So the Divine Feminine was done at 10:10 this morning. The major arcanas were Shadow, which is the Devil, the Star, and Abundance, which is the Empress. The Empress, I'm not speaking very well. It must be the Mercury starting to turn direct. It's going to mess with you a little bit the next couple days. It is the 5th of December. 5 is the Hierophant. So it's all about establishment and commitment, contracts, religion. The day adds up to 28, which is the twins. It's two of wands, or twin flames. It's the masculine energy. And so we have the choice of path and the 2 of wands and the Hierophant. Are you going to... Maybe you have a choice of going back to the old ways of doing things, or going forward on your ascension journey, or continuing your way forward, or just being still. But you may be posed with a path today. So for the Divine Feminine, there were 2 wands, 3 pentacles, 2 cups, and a sword. So pretty balanced. And the court cards were the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Wands, and the King of Cups. And the after card, after the read, was King of Swords. I always pull an after card after the read. The numbers that came up for the Divine Feminine, just 8, 3, 5, and 8, and no other numbers except for the 23, 21. Take a deep breath, everybody. Okay. But the energy was all about perseverance, health, and new beginnings. Support, like a lot of support to the nth degree, as far as wise introspection, being good for your abundance. Okay, so we were being guided basically to go in today, maybe not do too much. There's some like iffy energies going on this weekend, so if you feel guided or don't really don't feel like doing something, maybe you shouldn't. But certainly not blocked from doing anything you're guided to do. The read for the Divine Feminine came up as the first card was the Devil, or the Shadow energy, in the Syrian Starseed deck. I was getting 10 paces between the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, paying out what it takes to settle maybe tax issues. Yeah, so I was getting the Tax Man, and I was hearing the Beatles song, The Tax Man. And then the dark side of the legal system and the truth, not wanting to pay taxes, or just general energies about, doesn't have to be anything significant, but maybe some kind of tax or legal issue coming up today to deal with. The Hierophant, or Taurus energy, dreams of leading the way for their kids to the truth. His inner child, joyous, riding a white horse and triumphing over the devil, King of Swords, which could just be a Capricorn, holding back, waiting for the truth to be exposed. Right foot in the saddle, going the distance, so that song from Kate came up as well, going the distance, to be successful, back in the saddle again, to be happy, committed to dreams of being happy and in his truth, or in your truth. So this is definitely what's coming up for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. Suffering and stressed, defenseless to new passion, taking power away and draining energy. So it could be a new passion, it could be a creative project or a person. Desire, and this is all underlying energy, so it's nothing going forward yet. Desires and passion are draining when you're not in your truth. This is why the truth always needs full exposure. Holding back the truth is now being exposed of being a child in need of attention, or the King of Swords, addictions or illness. A victim of sexual and creative desires. Could be an illness. Or kids' passions and need for attention is draining energetically and financially. The underlying energy for the Divine Feminine was the honeymoon card from Romance Angels, which is really about, holiday time away, blissful vacation time. Underneath that honeymoon card was unrequited love. So it was like after unrequited love dealt with, time away, right? Some peaceful time away. And then I was getting surprise energy, or something shocking is out about a split, a divide. And then I was getting the movie Hatari, which I haven't thought of that in years and years and years. And I brought up Safari yesterday. So definitely something about Hatari on Safari. And also a secret pin cushion, candles, and bell. And possibly a mini sword or a toothpick was coming up. The Queen of Swords. Some of these belonging maybe to a Queen of Swords, but the lower legs and the right knee were coming up again. Looking in the mirror of a military man. And then the Spanish Inquisition came up, as well as Mexico and Noriega, which was really strange, because I never think of that. The twins ignoring each other is ignoring themselves. Getting attention may cause divide. There's an Aquarius, and could be an Cancer energy as well, with a split personality disorder, or not sure if she is a man or a woman. So these are just different energies coming up. Obviously, this is not for everyone. Not seeing herself for who she is, causing pain for others. The masculine is so used to, there's another situation coming up where the masculine is so used to female abuse that he doesn't feel the pain anymore. Living with a ghost of his past, hot wax, and shoving his twin aside. Also, it's getting that there's a split that's just for show, staged for the masculine to catch up with acupuncture or Reiki, sage, clearing, and bells to clear his energy. And then physical activity came up as underlying energy for the Divine Feminine, as well as a green environment. Okay, so being healthy and just trying to make your life and the things you purchase more green in your life, but also spending time outside. Tripping up, not using your intuition, or the Divine Masculine. I was getting the Lobster, which is usually Divine Masculine. The Lobster and the Howling Dogs fall as the gears shift. The crescent moon, the path turns and splits as the man in the moon feels the uncomfortable spaces between the words and thoughts, which I referenced as the odd numbers yesterday. It's called connection. The choice of physical path fills in the gaps of his broken heart. His trusty sword at his side, aligning with truth, seeing the deception of juggling, displays of drama and moodiness. Rest and meditation help to connect the dots. We need the positive and negative charges for the battery to work. This is how we create energy, by aligning the polarities. And I was getting like an awakening of the masculine to understanding this stuff, but in his way, from the masculine perspective, as opposed to the way the feminine looks at things. So in this, like this battery reference, we need that positive and negative charge for the battery to work, because that's how we create energy, by aligning polarities to the heart, to 0 point. There's an Aquarius female blocking a connection, and one of the situations was I was getting that this person is doing this just for spite, that if I can't have him, nobody will. So obviously these are only for certain people, but there's a lot of different scenarios coming up in the reads today. So I'm just going to put it all out there, okay? The energies around this part of the read coming up were Leo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Taurus, Cancer, and Pisces. The King of Swords hiding away, detoxing, or possibly in rehab, or away traveling with Aquarius, and or a Cancer distracting him from his twin. Someone could be pretending to be his twin, or just time away recently to rest and dream and be physical and get rest. You know, just out, you know, when you're on vacation, you do a lot of walking and things like that, and activities. Also get clarity on an illness or addiction. And right then it started snowing ever so gently outside. Recently, being present and detoxing, resting, meditating, Egyptian timelines. Deliberations are over. Done with the worst of it and the 4D murkiness. The foundation for the Divine Feminine was the star energy. Free to be joyful with a happy family, possibly a trip to Egypt, or dreaming about Egypt, talking to the stars, or interviewing the stars. Getting a handle on the light, white light of pure joy, bliss, and truth. The angels guide you on your travels. Centrally, the main energy for the read has to do with the Queen of Pentacles, who's normally very intuitive and loving, but sitting in comfortable emotions right now, being clingy, refusing offers of a Libra, or refusing a divorce, or refusing payoff offers. Okay, so this definitely could be a karmic energy. It could be Divine Feminine as well. It depends on your situation. If you're Divine Feminine, still married, it could be you. Or it could be a karmic. The energies here were coming up Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra, Sagittarius, and Taurus. The challenge for the Divine Feminine is walking away from 8 perfect cups, or the King of Wands reversed, tired of no opportunities to walk away from a marriage, or Libra Sagittarius energies. There may be a Libra Sagittarius energy tired of putting their butt on the line, putting it all out there for an offer, for a new job, for a new life, like doing all the work. I was definitely getting that as a masculine energy, but it could be a feminine as well. The Divine Feminine may be feeling the Divine Masculine's karmic clinging to the Divine Masculine right now. Him finally walking away. Now, for the Divine Feminine, is energy of lack of abundance, or possibly an ill mother, or it could be a karmic energy of the King of Pentacles. So it could be a mother or a spouse of the King of Pentacles energy. The Empress was coming up as very unhappy and dissatisfied. The King of Pentacles may have quit his work, and the Empress could be pissed and spewing her feelings all over the place. Or the King of Pentacles with Empress reversed, maybe not getting along at work. Or the King of Pentacles rejected her offer. That the truth is out, ending a battle, and victim mentality, dumping a love or work that he loved. All the duties and juggling that he was doing were dumped. He is nicely offering her a peaceful settlement to be with a romantic tie or a twin flame destiny. There's Aquarius, Taurus, earth sign, or a water sign, dumped or dumped on and pissed. Scorpio, jealous and separation, or third-party situation with jealousy and big love through work. But also, it was like coming up that the Divine Masculine is feeling this big love through work, but that there were karmic addictions to deal with. Here I'm getting Libra, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Capricorn energies here. Soon for the Divine Feminine, the Knight of Pentacles offers a proposal of a home or a union to an isolated Virgo or hermit coming out now. The Queen of Swords speaking to others who are stuck and in need of a push, possibly. Someone may have a blog on how to fix cars or deal with ascension symptoms and over-isolation. There's a proposal of love here, possibly a confession from a Knight of Cups, or a King of Cups awakens suddenly to karmic's dark side, or a Divine Feminine karmic Scorpio with a big ego feeling loss, suddenly alone and incomplete, no peace and feeling weak. The Knight of Pentacles could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Virgo, or Pisces. Maybe some Capricorn and Leo there. The Divine Feminine is in her twins energy. The King of Swords, Shaman, King of Wands energy. Clear about leaving work, or clearly not getting along at work, in need of rest, working with hands. I was getting like some of the masculines want to leave their current job and work more with their hands, be more physical or creative, working on details of alignment, possibly of grief and loss. So there's definitely death energy coming up in both reads today. For the Divine Feminine, it was about freeing yourself. The cards that came up from Romance Angel were free yourself, it is safe for you to love, and then wedding, which just has to do with the situation involving marriage. Around the Divine Feminine, or how she may be seen, is healing from brain wars. It's that Five of Swords energy, which also could be an enemy attack, someone around them who is not their friend, while choosing a path not requiring attention, or healing a twin's need for attention. So, you know, a lot of times when we're doing healing work, we're actually doing it for our twin and ourselves. So Divine Feminine needs to clear blocks of the King of Cups deception about the Queen of Wands. Also the King of Cups reverse, lying about his relationship. So the Divine Feminine needs to clear blocks of being manipulated or lied to. Just don't make up stories that you don't know, all right? Just don't assume anything. But it's also about the King of Cups, is unconditional love, mastering your emotions. So clear any blocks around the King of Cups, period, which could be a water sign as well. It doesn't have to be the Divine Masculine. The Empress will get her wish if she perseveres at work, unable to see the awakening of the King of Cups, and how toxic his karmic work relationships are, especially with an offer of love from a big love through work. The Empress karmic may have a big ego and doesn't want to know about anything at his work. There may be a work announcement about that relationships are frowned upon at work, that goes out right now, specific to the King of Cups with ego, unaware of the Empress at work, or unaware of a work policy by this Empress, or that she is leaving work sadly and suddenly, and was unaware and now made aware of the King of Cups having sex at work. The Knight of Cups may be burdened, wanting a new life with a big love through work, but the karmic's addictions were preventing him. At work, there may be a Leo out of control, or needing strength to find peace. This could be the Divine Feminine or Divine Masculine. Feeling incomplete, left behind, injured, and cold, but definitely more feeling like the masculine right now. There's been a lot of really swordy energy for the masculine recently. The Magician expresses lots of feelings in an announcement at work. This could be Capricorn Aries energy, about possibly a dysfunctional family disconnect via court decisions or divorce, or family business going under in a court decision or divorce, ultimately freeing the Divine Masculine from prison. So the Devil or shadow energy could be a star. Definitely could be some like shadow war-like energy at work for the King of Wands, who may get a lot of attention, and now he's getting a negative attention at present, with the Queen of Pentacles walking away, proposing the King of Cups and Empress work by messenger. Or shadow dreams of the King of Wands shaman putting his swords down, at present for the Queen of Wands to walk away and work for a King of Cups and Empress, and now make the announcement about them leaving. Also a dark Aquarius shaman or King of Wands enemy, forcing the Queen of Pentacles to walk away and work for the King of Cups. That's a much more abundant business. Or a King of Cups and Empress business. It was like one business was going under, and this Queen of Cups or Pentacles being pushed to walk away to work for these other people, or maybe she wanted to leave and now the other person saying, well, go, you know, they're doing better anyway. The King of Pentacles and Queen of Wands may be going out of business. I mean, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles may be a couple that's going out of business. And then I was getting Capricorn and Aquarius energies with the King of Wands shaman at war with each other. Or Capricorn, Aquarius, King of Wands at war with the Queen of Pentacles who's leaving work due to a better offer. And now they could be at war or now putting their swords down at present. Also could be as simple as changing accountants, lawyers, financial advisors, all about work abundance and expressing your truth in what you do. Aquarius wants to be a star, free to party and hang out with family. There's Capricorn coming up as shaman, wanting to rest, meditate, and be health conscious. And the Queen of Pentacles wants to propose love, unconditional love. A Taurus may want to work with crystals and tell truths, like in a blog. And also, the smell of cigarettes came up today, so someone may need to quit smoking. All right. So that was the Divine Feminine read. For the Divine Masculine, which was done at 2:14 today, the major arcana were Transition and Justice. The after the read card was Starseed, which is the Fool. Transition is Death. There were 2 Pentacles, 2 Swords, 2 Wands, and 3 Cups. The court cards were Page of Wands, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, and Queen of Cups. So a lot of court cards coming up. The message was about grief, feeling loss, sadness, regret, and also the Divine Masculine seeing, feeling like grieving women, always looking for a man with money to save them, like they see the wealthy man as gods. The grieving feminine sees the wealthy man as God. And maybe the Divine Masculine preying on that. And I don't mean that in a positive way. I mean taking advantage of that. Because they'll do anything he wants them to do. Because they're grieving and maybe they don't have any money, and you know, that's the savior thing. But also they get to be in control. The Queen of Swords reversed, and the King of Wands are on the outs at the beginning of this read, the underlying energy. And the Empress is happy on her own, meditating. The Queen of Swords reversed may not be talking to this King of Wands to leave them out in the cold with their thoughts. Or the Empress just being happy and single. Children may be, there's a couple different scenarios here, like children sleeping and a Queen of Wands explodes at the Knight of Wands, or suddenly goes out in the cold passionately to see an isolated Virgo or hermit person. Their world upside down, left behind, no affection and a payoff, or a scam. There's definitely scam energy coming up here. The Queen of Wands, another scenario is the Queen of Wands puts the kids to bed and took off, scamming the Divine Masculine. Honeymoon energy also came up as the underlying energy for the Divine Masculine. Again, same as Divine Feminine. Also, she may be out for drinks, flirting, while the karmic or feminine twin is stuck at home taking care of business. Someone may be shocked and kidnapped, like it might be a friendly kidnapping, you know, but it could be a kidnapping. Obviously, that's not for most people. Or surprised to find out about an imprisoned woman, and then the Divine Masculine saying he was just trying to protect her by keeping her tied up. So whether that was, it could be a karmic or a Divine Feminine, but him using the excuse that he was just protecting them. Or karmic is shocked to find out about twins and also stalking, and the Divine Masculine protecting her. Or he was caught stalking the Divine Feminine and used the excuse that it was to protect the karmic or to protect himself, like he was doing it for a reason. So there's all sorts of scenarios here. I could go on, but it's just too much. This is still in the underlying energy. The underlying card for the Divine Feminine, it was just 2444, which is the Queen of Wands, and the Four of Cups, which is about boredom, grounding, integrating, not being happy with what you're offered. but it's really underlying energies about taking time out right now for the Divine Masculine. The Hermit reversed may be recovering from a Magician energy, which can be manipulative, or just could be manifesting powerfully. But I was getting Master, Manipulator, Queen of Wands, or there's a Magician and the Queen of Wands, or just an evil magician. It wasn't coming up as this is in the tarot. Trying to remember which deck it was, but it's not a nice looking magician. He looks kind of evil. Or it could just be an evil magician who is magnanimous, but may have some feminine qualities. Okay, or recovering from mental illness comes to light. So someone with a mental illness, or maybe someone thinking that a twin has a mental illness, but this is coming to light. The Divine Masculine may be dancing the happy dance as the other dogs are howling. So he may be happily ignoring the others as they're all going through some chaos. The Queen of Wands may be scamming the Divine Masculine, saying that someone's stalking her to get him to come back and live with them, crying wolf to get him to move back in, or to come over so that she can go out and party. Or the Divine Masculine suddenly leaves the Queen of Wands after meditating with twin. Recently, for the Divine Masculine, there's a transition through a portal. Maybe feeling lonely at night, seeing synchronicities, but resisting the transformation. Feeling shy or feeling rejected, holding back the truth of imbalanced karmic or his own imbalances, or possibly always giving too much. The foundation for the Divine Masculine is about taking others down before they can get him, and looking back at his behavior in that respect, or just behaving that way in the past. But the Queen of Pentacles rose above his game, receiving downloads. That she took all his BS and him treating her badly and still rose above, risking her own reputation above him by receiving truth, running and flying with it. This is the Divine Masculine seeing this. She took a big risk to open up to him. Centrally, the energy for the Divine Masculine is all about the Page of Wands. The masked little boy on fire. The truth of justice, or Libra, with romantic lover, Queen of Swords. That the Page of Wands is a sick pup, or the Page of Wands is sick of being emotionally detached, drained emotionally by constant bad opportunities of the past, or fighting with a brother or childhood friend, possibly losing their tempers at night and at the full moons. Okay, so this could be Divine Masculine with anyone. It could be a brother or their karmic. This is also a lot of scenarios with this energy here. Or the kids are constantly, it definitely could be a court battle over child custody, but it also could be the Divine Masculine's inner child, this Page of Wands. The King of Cups is also coming up reversed. Or his kids are constantly fighting with him, or a mother. There could be spoiled kids who are not knowing any better because they weren't taught to deal with their own issues, or, like I said, a court battle for the children between the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups. The King of Cups may be sick over her, getting all his money, and the kids, and she has no intuition or common sense. I was getting that as one of the downloads. But also, there may be a masculine who's being accused of losing his temper with the kids in court. But the Page of Wands may be bonded to the mother. The Divine Masculine is challenged by the King of Pentacles losing a family business and a breakup and needing to work or needing to find work. Or the King of Pentacles lost or spent family money or may not be agreeing on how to spend family money in a business expansion or just in family money issues. But two guys not seeing eye to eye about how to go forward. And like I said, this could be like brothers or business partners or childhood friends. There is Scorpio, Taurus, Gemini, Libra, Sagittarius, Cancer, and Aries energy here. I was getting like a King of Cups versus King of Pentacles. The Divine Masculine may be accused of stalking and fantasizing and transitioning away from the King of Pentacles at work, or the King of Cups is saying that the King of Pentacles was offering love and chasing girls, a secret connection or psychic connection who announces harsh truths. Okay, so the King of Cups and King of Pentacles were kind of interchangeable, but the King of Cups card is, or the King of Pentacles card is the one that shows more of the girl chaser. It would just be intimidating or just, you know, trying to act like Superman. But the King of Cups was coming up reversed. So this just could be very over-emotional if he is going through a divorce case, but it could be emotionally detached and manipulative as well. So soon for the Divine Masculine was coming up the Knight of Cups destiny, with out-of-control Leo who can't find peace. The King of Pentacles at work, possibly with a grieving Leo, who is this person who can't find peace, and he doesn't want to work with this person because it's driving him nuts. He is the Knight of Wands. At night, the King of Swords, clearly insecure, or with mental illness, or so he thinks, and this is him thinking about himself. The cards that came up for the Divine Masculine were to free himself, just like the Divine Feminine, and also to have heart-to-heart conversations. Around him, or how he is seen, the Hermit sheds light on daydreams and saving money, or savings, wanting stability for his kids. So that could be someone around him, or actually him. Needing to clear blocks all about justice and injustice, with his path, with his twin, with the Queen of Wands reversed, getting attention, and opportunities for the enlightenment. Opportunities, like him feeling the injustice of that only the enlightened and people with big heads get opportunities. Also burdened by heartbreak, separation, and discussing where to go from here. And the cards that came up in the numerology deck for the Divine Masculine are forgiveness, and they're both reversed, which means even more so important. Forgiveness, happy ending, and financial discipline. Forgiveness, happiness, and financial discipline. All three of them really important for the Divine Masculine. The Queen of Cups may be allowed to return to work. The King of Pentacles forced to make peace with a Leo and tie up loose ends of a third-party burden or separation and make plans on how they're going to proceed. The King of Pentacles with secret announcement, moving passionately, coming back from the past to offer love and a fresh start, may be dropping a bomb on the Queen of Cups. This could be a good bomb or a bad bomb. Healing stress and suffering with an offer of a new life or an offer of money. So it could be an offer, and you know, if there's a divorce situation or a work situation in court, there could be some kind of money offer going on, or it could be an offer of a new life to a new person, or a payoff to end this situation. Rising above things that are not working in order to make a bold move. This is for Divine Masculine, so it ends on a really good note for the Divine Masculine. Like he's trying to get everything tied up so that he can do what he wants to do. Alone in the quiet, taking a risk, passionately moving with kids and or twin, transitioning the boy, the Page of Wands, into the man, the King of Pentacles, with a love offer to balance the scales between the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups, or to bring justice to a mourning Queen of Swords who is now becoming the Queen of Cups, because she's leaving the mourning behind and becoming her true self again. The Queen of Swords could also be a lawyer, okay? So I was also getting energy of some masculines may feel wanting to die at night, you know, just like the Dark Night when the Divine Feminine went through that. Or the King of Cups, King of Pentacles, and Queen of Swords may be battling over the Page of Wands. Or in court over a death, possibly. Also two friends or two brothers fighting over a woman, kids, and justice. Or just in general, some energies I was getting this versus this, Scorpio versus Libra, King of Cups versus King of Pentacles, Knight of Cups versus Knight of Wands, or they just could be friends going out. You know, two guy friends kind of getting into trouble probably. And then the Queen of Swords versus the Queen of Cups. Also, there could be an old man. So one of the energies I was getting is in the underlying energy was an old man who is recovering, like near death, or was left to die alone, maybe left home with kids or something, who didn't know how to take care of him and died, so there may be a wrongful death suit going on here, something like that. The Queen of Wands may have left the kids at home, like I said, alone to go out partying. Okay, so there's energy for that as well. So that's everything for the two reads, and I'll pull you a couple card from the Ascension deck. Everyone take a deep breath. Deep breath. Clear the line. Clear the line. Okay, so I can tell, definitely tell there's some heavy energies. Let's see if we can lighten this up, see what the messages are from the Ascension deck. Today is December 5th, 2018. Mother, Father, what is the energy for us today? What do we need to know? What does everyone watching need to know? It's December 5th, 2018. What do we need to know? Okay. Okay, so Earth was at the bottom, number 14. Okay, 14 is the Temperance card. Okay, and the Earth affirmation is, I thank Lady Gaia for inviting me to be on Earth. So make sure you give gratitude and thanks to Gaia. And like I said, 14 is the Temperance card, so it's all about patience and balance. The first card that came out for you guys is Isis, number 38, which is the Queen of Cups, and Saint Germain, which is 34. 34 is the 8 of Wands. Okay, that's about quick, passionate movement. Could be communications, could be travel. It's physical. So I always think of that as when I went zip lining. That's a great example of the 8 of Wands. Okay, but it's very much about expressing passionate emotions and the arrows of love too. Okay, so Isis says, number 38, which is the Queen of Cups, Illuminated Master Isis was Ma'at Lemuria, Isis the High Priestess of Atlantis, Mother of Horus in Egypt, and Mary, Mother of Jesus. She was always overlit by the universal angel Mary, who helped Isis pass her initiations and ascend in each lifetime. This card reminds you of the power of the feminine. Face your challenges with equanimity and courage, knowing you are helped by angels. Keep your light bright and your energy pure no matter what, and this will enable you to influence many on their ascension path. Remember, there is a greater plan. Okay, so if any weird stuff comes up during this harsher energy, just make sure, you stay balanced and don't feed into anything. The affirmation is, I face my challenges with calm and strength. Okay, and that's perfect. So Saint Germain, 34, Saint Germain, Lord of Civilization, cooperates with Archangel Zadkiel to transmute the lower energies of the world in the violet flame. He is a great alchemist and magician who transforms that which no longer serves into something beautiful and light. Your guidance is to invoke Saint Germain, surround yourself in his violet light, and see the divine perfection in whatever or whoever you wish to transform. Your pure intention and focus can co-create with his energy to make miracles happen. Use this to help yourself and others to ascend. The affirmation is, I believe in my ability to create miracles. Okay, so we need to do a lot of transmutation right now to keep the energies pure. Okay, so for the past life deck, alright, clear the line. Take another deep breath. Clear the line. Oh, 38, Queen of Cups came up again. Alright, so this December 5th, 2018, what is the energy? What do we need to know? Crystal Sophia, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What is the energy for today, December 5th, 2018? Okay. Alright, the bottom is Egypt, which came up a lot yesterday, today. Okay, so Egypt's the underlying energy, and the two cards that came up were biblical and communal living. Okay. Alright, and also this with biblical, this is very much like the 8 of Pentacles card, and I've brought this up in the read as far as the masculine maybe wanting to work with their hands and build things, be more creative, maybe wanting to come together. There may be more, some communities, some of the alternative medical community who may want to come together and live that way. Yeah, or just more of a creative community. But this is the past life deck, so make sure you might want to feel into past lives of communal living in biblical times. See if anything comes up for you, as well as in the rocks. Rocks and crystals have been important this week. They've been coming up. And also we're just asking to give gratitude to Gaia, and then here's these huge rocks that were provided to us, for shelter. Alright, let's get to the journey of love. Take another deep breath. 4040 was the Page of Cups. Bear it on. Okay, so what is the energy from the journey of love? What is the message that everyone needs to hear right now in these tougher energies? Today is December 5th. Oh, these two came right out. So the bottom is Distant Shores, number 18, which is the moon. Okay. Distant Shores. Like I said, that's number 18. And the cards that came out, 3 cards came out. Contemplation. Okay. Number 69. The Christ Flame. Very much of the crucifixion energy. And Divine Masculine may very much be feeling this right now. It's 31. And then Heart of the Moment, number 16, which is the Tower energy, which has also been coming up. Heart of the Moment, number 16, which is a 7. Okay, we have a 6, a 4, and a 7 here. Okay, I'll read them all for you. Alright, so we'll start with 16. Alright, Heart of the Moment says, you are entering a time in your life where past and future are colliding. In this present moment, you have powerful opportunity to decide how you wish to continue in a certain pattern of relating or not. This may mean leaving a relationship or starting a new one, but even if you cannot make that decision with peace in your heart, you can still partake of the heart of this moment and decide how you shall choose to be. Will you speak? Will you choose to let go of shame and criticism, of judgment and anxiety, of loss and despair, and just be with your own heart now? Will you choose in this moment to trust yourself, even if that trust says you have to wait a little longer before you can make a long-term decision? This is the time when you can alter your future, stepping into relationship with another, with the divine, with yourself, in a new way. Even the smallest choice for love is a step in the best direction. You have the heart of the divine within you. It is not too hard for you to choose love. Let go of people who want you to choose jealousy or fear or doubt. Their games are not nearly as fun. Choose love, and who knows, maybe they'll join your party instead. This oracle brings you a message. You're in a transition zone in your life and relationships. It is one moment that will manifest as many opportunities, where one choice will open up many pathways to fulfillment for you. We always have the chance to create our future with our present choices, but at this time, you are in an especially fertile karmic period. Having just come out of a cycle of learning and about to enter a new cycle, this is the time to be willing to take a chance or a risk to be happy within yourself, no matter what is going on around you. Your life is about to take a karmic turn, and you can feel the peace in that knowing. And the poem reads, love provides the opportunity to express the core essence of our very nature. It touches us at a level of feeling beyond the human norm and renders our beings incapable of a feeling with greater depth or wonder. Love is the fabric of life. It is the substance that holds it all together and the magic that opens up the unknown. It is the quality that speaks to our soul, that opens our heart, that excites our spirit and allows us in its presence to become something greater than ourselves, something more than we are alone. Okay. The second card is the Christ Flame, number 31. And that says, within you burns the flame of the Christ. Beyond religion, this flame belongs to all hearts willing to receive the divine. Opening to it as a lover would open the heart to receive the beloved. Though the awakening of the Christ within brings greater closeness to the divine and therefore greater love and depth of compassion, It too can bring sadness, righteous anger, and a passionate need to contribute positive healing action and change in the world. You may be an introspective soul who does this through mastering their inner world with meditation and yoga, raising your own vibration with absolute intent that this brings healing to the world around you. You may be an extroverted soul that thrives in sharing messages and living a life of dynamic action in support of the causes that are worthy and moving to your brave heart, capable of feeling divine outrage and responding with inspired action. You may be a combination of these types of souls, and choosing wisely what you consume, which companies you support, what television you do or do not watch, and what you read, voting for the life you want to have around you in the world through your actions, internal and external. This is the Christ flame igniting within you, setting the world aflame with the fire of divine love. This oracle brings guidance that you're connecting with the universal Christ consciousness, and your heart is meant to awaken as a sacred heart, bearing the Christ flame of divine love this lifetime. You're a part of a wave of awakening happening on the earth now. You're exactly where you're meant to be and doing exactly what you are meant to be doing. Keep going. And the poem reads, "Love is more than words can define. It's a feeling which wells up inside and longs for release. It's a smile which starts in my heart and spreads across my face like a silly grin. It is a knowing so deep in my being that every cell speaks a language only lovers know. And most of all, it is the beginning, the birth, the possibility, the promise of a tomorrow, the hope that grows into something we can only imagine when hearts combine and love becomes more." And I want to bring that up too about religion, that this isn't about religion. It's not about picking a religion, and I have nothing against religion if it makes you a better person, but it also creates divide, okay, because one has to be better than the other. That creates polarity, which is what we're trying to get away from. We're trying to come into unity consciousness, that you can call a higher spiritual power anything you want, but it ends up all being the same. All right? It's all about unity consciousness. This is the Christ consciousness. It's not about being Christian. It's about being in Christ consciousness. Okay, 69. '69 is called Contemplation, and it says, "Within you there's a question arising. When you get the question right, the answer will be self-evident, but you have to plunge into your consciousness deep within to find the right question, to articulate it clearly and understand what it is you're really asking. That question within you is actually a divine gift of awakening. It is your future awakened self waiting to be found and calling to you too. Let the question arise through dreams, dance, meditation, sleep, yoga, time in nature, swimming in the ocean, bathing in aromatherapy bath, or receiving a hot stone massage. The question holds within it the next unfolding petal of the lotus of your being. This oracle brings you an invitation to enter into the mystery of your life and your being, and to allow the biggest question you can summon to emerge from your heart and be expressed through love. Your question may emerge as clear and shining, as soft and yielding, a question with no words that only has feeling. Whatever truth emerges, let that be your contemplation. In response to that question, the next step forward will unfold before you, revealed in perfect clarity and perfect timing. This oracle brings you a message from your own divine nature. Come sit with me and breathe. I want to ask you something. I want you to ask me something. Together, there's a conversation that we are to have now, and there will be beautiful accord between us that overflows into all your relationships, bringing more understanding and peace." Poem reads, "Patterns break through the night in beams of light awakening. Memories of walking on sand, moments, waves replace, waiting for another passerby. Reflections, time to look outward in, to find those hidden spaces, residing alone, waiting for a twin soul, waiting for myself." Okay. All right, so allow everything to just arise naturally from you. You don't always have to know the answer right away. Just know that it will come when it's time. I'm gonna get one more card for you from the Standard Rider Waite and see what comes up as the general energies for you guys. Take another deep breath. Clear and aligned. Clear and aligned. What does everyone need to know? What is the guidance? What is the source guidance? for unity, for everyone watching. What does everyone need to know? It's December 5th, 2018. What do we all need to know? What is the guidance? Okay. Alright. Does that want to come out too? The bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords. Okay. So like I said in the Divine Masculine read, there's definitely, that was the card in the foundation. So there's definitely some sneaky energy going on. You know, it's known as the liar, cheater, thief, but it's really about risk. So it doesn't have to be someone lying, cheating, stealing. It could be about taking a risk and being fearful of taking a risk. Okay, and Judgment. All right, this is the cards. These are the cards behind it in the bottom of the deck. Okay. All right, so you have this guy running from Judgment, the High Priestess, and lies, needing clarity. Okay, the Ace of Swords reversed can be a split as well, can be duplicity. It could just be a divide, not knowing which way to turn, and running from judgment of psychic abilities, of a secret, of being awakened. So it could just be someone running from their truth. Or just needing more clarity. Or maybe finally running away from the lie. Not living the lie anymore. The cards that came out are the Sun. Alright, the Sun reversed, the Three of Swords, and then the King of Pentacles. Okay, and this is very much about, it can be about illness. Okay, it could be someone who's having heart, chest pain from this energy. The King of Pentacles specifically. It could be just feeling drained in a separation. Feeling drained from being heartbroken. The King of Pentacles. But it's all about the King of Pentacles, which is about mastering manifestation abilities. But someone who's mastered their ability to make money, but now drained because he does too much for everybody. And maybe he's having heart issues. It could just be ascension symptoms, but maybe he thinks he's having a heart attack. But the card that wanted to come out after these three is the Six of Swords. So maybe the Divine Masculine or this King of Pentacles finally realizing he needs to slow down and find peace, a more peaceful place. This could be about shipping kids back and forth between the mother and the father as well, and maybe they were with him and he needs to send the kids back home because it's too much stress for him. Okay, but it's definitely about the Divine Masculine feeling these energies, whether it's just the heart expansion energy or the stress of work or separation and heartbreak. Those are all things coming up. It's definitely draining them. And there definitely could be some illness associated with this once we have the Sun reversed and the heart, the Three of Swords. So someone could, I mean, there could be a heart attack here, but I don't see any physical expression of that. So I'm not getting that strongly. It's really more mental. Okay, and that the King of Pentacles is doing too much for too many people. That he needs to take care of himself and his health. Okay, so make sure you guys stay healthy, drink your water, and make sure you ground and get outside as much as you can, work out, anything that'll make you feel better, and just make sure you get your rest in this energy especially, okay? And make sure, remember to breathe deeply. You know, sometimes we get busy, we forget to take those deep breaths, you know, if you haven't meditated, so make sure you do. And be good to yourself. Rise and be love, you guys. Have an amazing day. Bye. Sorry, I'm going to show you the pictures from the reads. This is the Divine Feminine from this morning. Okay. And this is the Divine Masculine. Sorry about that, guys. Bye.